Imagine carrying a weight so heavy for 30 years that every single morning you wake up already exhausted. Not from work, not from life, but from the anger you've been feeding toward the one person who was supposed to protect you. You smile for the world, but inside, you're still that 8-year-old boy watching your father walk away without looking back. And no matter how successful you become, no matter how many people tell you you're enough, a part of you still feels abandoned, still feels not good enough, still feels completely alone. If that pain feels familiar, if you've ever hated someone so deeply it became part of your identity, then stay with me. Because this is the story of Arjun Sharma and the hospital room that finally set him free. Arjun Sharma was only 8 years old when his father, Rajesh, left their small village home in Rajasthan. No explanation, no goodbye, just the sound of the door closing and the dust settling on the road where his father's figure disappeared. From that day, Priya, his mother, worked 2 jobs, smiling through the pain so her son wouldn't see how broken their family was. But Arjun saw everything. He saw the empty chair at dinner. He heard the whispers from relatives. He felt the absence like a wound that never closed. By the time he was 15, that wound had turned into armor. He studied furiously, moved to Mumbai, built a career in software engineering. On paper, Arjun had everything. A good salary, respect. But every night, when the city lights flickered through his apartment window, the same thought returned. Why wasn't I enough for him to stay? He told himself he didn't care. He built walls so high no one could hurt him again. But hatred is a quiet poison. It doesn't just stay with the person you hate. It lives in you. Every relationship he tried failed. Every time someone got close, he pushed them away first. Because trusting meant risking abandonment again. 30 years passed. 30 years of silence. Then one ordinary Tuesday evening, Arjun's phone rang. A number from Delhi. A hospital. Your father, Rajesh Sharma, is in critical condition. He's been asking for you. Arjun stood frozen in his kitchen, the phone still pressed to his ear. His first thought wasn't compassion. It was rage. Now he wants to see me? After 30 years. He almost hung up. Almost told them he had no father. But something, maybe the exhaustion in the doctor's voice, maybe the part of him that was still that 8-year-old boy, made him say, I'll come. He didn't know why. He booked the train ticket in silence, packed a small bag, and stared at the ceiling all night. What would he even say to the man who had ruined his childhood? The train ride to Delhi felt endless. Arjun sat by the window watching the countryside blur past, just like he once watched his father disappear. Memories flooded him. The way his mother used to cry quietly at night. The school plays where other kids had fathers cheering. The burning shame he felt explaining why his dad wasn't around. He had spent decades proving he didn't need his father. So why was he on this train? Was he going to forgive? Or to finally tell the old man how much pain he had caused? When Arjun walked into that hospital room, the smell of antiseptic and sickness hit him hard. There, on the narrow bed, lay a man he barely recognized. Rajesh Sharma looked so small, so fragile, tubes connected to his arms, his breathing shallow. Arjun stood at the door for a long time, fists clenched. This was the man he had hated for 30 years, the man who had abandoned him. Slowly, he sat down beside the bed. Rajesh's eyes fluttered open. For a moment, they just looked at each other. Then the old man whispered, his voice cracking, "You came." That was all. No excuses, no grand explanation, just those 2 words. Something inside Arjun broke open. He wanted to scream. He wanted to demand answers. Instead, without thinking, he reached out and took his father's hand. It was the first time in his entire life he had held his father's hand. It felt thin, cold, trembling. And in that moment, all the rage, all the carefully built walls began to crack. As Arjun sat there holding that fragile hand, memories came rushing like a storm. The day his father left, his mother's silent tears, his own childhood anger turning into teenage rebellion, the nights he lay awake wondering what was wrong with him. He had carried this hatred like a badge of honor. It had driven him to succeed, but it had also kept him isolated, lonely, unable to fully love or be loved. In psychology, we call this attachment wound. When the person who should give us safety becomes the source of our deepest pain, we learn to survive by shutting down. Arjun had survived, but he hadn't lived. Rajesh spoke again, weakly. I was a coward, Beta. I was drowning in my own failures, gambling debts, shame. I thought leaving would protect you from my mess. But I was wrong. I see now how much I hurt you. Tears fell from the old man's eyes. Arjun's throat tightened. For 30 years he had imagined this moment, screaming at his father, making him feel the pain. But now, sitting here, he realized something profound. His father was already living with the consequences. The regret, the loneliness, the slow decline. And Arjun, he was still drinking the poison every single day. In that quiet hospital room, Arjun whispered the words he never thought he would say. I forgive you, Papa. He didn't say it because his father deserved it. He said it because he finally understood. Forgiveness wasn't a gift for his father. It was the key that unlocked the prison Arjun had been living in for 30 years. The Buddha taught that holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. He said, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. Not because the other person necessarily changes, but because you choose to stop carrying the weight. Arjun didn't forget the pain. He didn't pretend everything was okay. But in that moment, he chose to stop letting the past control his future. Arjun stayed with his father for the next few days. They didn't talk much. They didn't need to. The silence between them had changed. It was no longer filled with resentment. It was filled with a fragile, hard-won peace. When Rajesh passed away peacefully a week later, Arjun cried, not just for the father he lost, but for the boy inside him who could finally stop fighting. He returned to Mumbai a different man. He reached out to old friends. He allowed himself to feel. He began volunteering, helping children from broken homes. The anger that had defined him for decades slowly transformed into compassion. If you're watching this right now and carrying resentment toward a parent, a partner, or even yourself, I want you to know you're not alone. That pain is real. The abandonment, the anger, the feeling that you were never enough, it's heavy. But there is a door, and the key has always been in your hand. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate act of self-love. It is choosing your peace over their punishment. You don't have to do it all at once. Sometimes it starts with just sitting in the pain, holding that hand, metaphorically or literally, and whispering, I choose to be free. You deserve that freedom. You deserve to stop carrying what no longer serves you. And maybe, just maybe, in letting go, you'll finally meet the version of yourself that was always waiting on the other side. Thank you for staying with Arjun's story until the end. If this touched something deep inside you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You are enough. You always were. Take care of your heart.